Well, I think so. You got to get over it. But I think it'd be naive to think that the game's completely out of sight, out of mind. For those really competitive players, there's still a play in there where they're going to think about it for a long time. That should be natural. The guys that don't, they're different type of kids. So I'm sure it's still there, and every once in a while it comes up. I have to fight the urge not to bring it up with them because a play may come up in practice where we could have done something different. But we got no time to look back. With a great opponent, maybe the best team in the country coming in here Saturday.
It's almost like you've gone from the frying pan into the fire.
Well, I think we all know we screwed up last week and should have won the game, and we're moving forward. And it's good to have a game like this. It's good to have the next game to be a big game with a national ranked opponent like this. So you don't sit around and keep looking backwards.
So you call them the best team in the country. You believe that this is the most complete team?
Yeah, I do. I think when you look at them, they're the best they've ever been themselves as well, too, in all the years we've been here. And I think the quarterback's the difference. Two things, really. The quarterback's speed, faster than the other guys who've been there, and then the defense is playing so well. If you look at the old Oregon teams, they were still winning games, but they're winning a lot of games in the second half. You look at halftime scores, there'd be a lot of really close games at halftime, and then they'd go out in the second half. This is a different Oregon team. This team is taking care of almost everybody in the first half. And you look at the point score, I think it's almost a point a minute in the first half, and then the rest of their guys in the second half.
What kind of challenges does their quarterback present specifically?
Well, I think first off, the speed. When he gets in the open field, he just runs away from people. So you've got to do a good job of the first guy tackling him, keeping him in front of you, and not giving him those big lanes where he can really make the big plays happen. And then people then obviously at some point commit so much to the run and to his play actions, and it opens up guys down the field, and he's been making those throws too.
Is there pressure to score touchdowns and not field goals in a game like this? I mean, obviously there's a lot of pressure on your defense. It seems like there's pressure on the offense as well to score.
Yeah, I think that anytime you play, same as last week, I think you got to score touchdowns in versus that opponent last week too. They score a lot of points, and these guys do too. So it doesn't mean you don't ever kick field goals. There's a difference between 4th and 10s and 4th and 1s or 2s. But you need to score a lot of touchdowns in the red zone.
You've harped on it all season long about making mistakes, but how discouraging is it that some of your players are making the same mistakes over and over again?
Extremely discouraging. Completely shocked that we'd be still having these conversations at this point of the year. Sometimes you have them in the first couple of weeks with newer players or guys making mistakes, but to see the same ones repeated over and over is really disappointing, and it cost us a game. It cost us the game on top of all the plays we could have made, but just mistakes here or there, and we're at one point getting ready to run away with that game.
What's the team morale like going into this game?
Well, I think it's good because of the opponent. Like I said, I think anytime that you have somebody like this coming in, you can't sit around and complain about playing time or this or that. You got to get ready, and you better practice really well.